Hello, welcome to my videos. In this time, I'm going to talk about the NFL, the 2023 season, the week 3, my prediction. So today we'll start another week in the NFL, where today we'll play the Thursday Night Football. The game will be between the Washington Commanders against the Chicago Bears. Remember that the Washington Commanders have a record of 2-2. The Bears in this moment are winless, a record 0-4. In this moment, the Washington are a little better than the Chicago Bears because, in my opinion, the Chicago Bears are the worst team in the league in this moment. So I think that the Washington Commanders are gonna have an easy game, in my opinion, and they're going to win this game by 14 or my point or more point difference. And in the next Sunday, we'll start this. We'll have another international game where the Buffalo Bills will be the home in this game and will receive the Jacksonville Jaguars in the Tottenham Stadium. Remember that the last week, the Jaguars defeated 23-7 the the Falcons in the Wembley Stadium. But today, the next Sunday, will play in Tottenham Stadium. This game will be playing 9:30 Eastern time. The Buffalo Bills, remember, they will hold this game and they send a message to the league where they defeated 48-20 the Miami Dolphins, and the Bills took the league of the AFC East, and the Jacksonville Jaguars had a record of 2-2. In my opinion, the Buffalo Bills in this moment are the best team in the AFC, and in my opinion, they won't have any problem to defeat the Jaguars. I think that the Bills will beat this game by 14 or more point difference. And the games that will start in the 1 p.m. Eastern time. The first one will be where the New England Patriots will receive the 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 New Orleans Saints. Both team the Patriots the last week they were humiliated by the Dallas Cowboys, where they lost 3-38, and the New Orleans Saints lost against the Buccaneers 3-9 to 26. Both teams are play a very good football. In my opinion, both teams have a very good defense, and the Saints have better offense than the Patriots. But remember that when Bill Belichick play against an offense that they have a quarterback that is not an elite quarterback or a top 10 3 teams, the Patriots know how to play. In my opinion, this is a very close game, and I think that the Patriots will win this game because they will play in home, and Bill Belichick know how to find the weakness of the quarterbacks. They are not a top 10, a top 3, top 10. So I think that the Patriots will win this game by 3 or more points. In a divisional game, the Indianapolis Colts will receive the Tennessee Titans. The Indianapolis Colts lost the last week against the Los Angeles Rams, where they overcome a 0-33 points deficit. They tied the game, but they lost in the overtime, and the Titans didn't have any problem to win and humiliate the Cincinnati Bengals 27-3. My opinion, in this moment the Titans are better than the Colts. It will be a close game, but I think that the Titans will win this game by 7 or more point difference. In another divisional game, my Pittsburgh Steelers will receive the Baltimore Ravens. This will be another divisional game. Remember that the last week the Steelers were humiliated and lost against the Houston Texas 6-30, and the Baltimore Ravens have an easy game where they won and defeated the Cleveland Browns 28-3. Yes, I think so. In this moment, the Ravens are leading the AFC North with record 3-1. The Steelers have a 2-2 record. Ravens in this moment are playing better than the Steelers. They have better team, but remember that this game is always closer than the people expected. It looks like that the Kenny Pickett will play this game, so it will be a close game. I think that I know that my Steelers are my favorite team, but remember that when the Steelers and Ravens play, the game is closer than the people expected. So I think that the Steelers will win this game by 1 or 3 point difference, just that. And I think that both teams will score less than 20 points. And remember, when the Steelers allow less than 20 points, they won more than the 90 games, so 90% of the games. So I think that the Steelers will win this game. In another game, the Detroit Lions will receive the Carolina Panthers. The Detroit Lions won last week against the last Thursday Night Football against the Green Bay Packers, and the Carolina Panthers are winless in this moment. So I think that will be an easy game for the Detroit Lions, and the Detroit Lions will win this game by 17 or more point difference. And another game, the Atlanta Falcons will receive the Houston Texas in Atlanta. Remember that the Falcons lost the last week in England, where they lost against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Texas won and humiliate the Steelers 33, and did the surprise of the week. And I am very surprising how the Houston Texans are playing, because I expected that in this moment they have a winless record. So I think this will be a closer game, a close game. But most of the people put a favorite to the Texans for how they played the last week. But I think in this moment the Falcons need to win this game, and they will play in home. So I think that the Falcons will win this game by 7 or more point difference. And will be and the next game will be the Miami Dolphins will receive the New York Giants in Miami. Remember the Dolphins lost the last week, but they were humiliated by the Buffalo Bills for 20-48. But 2 weeks ago they humiliated the Denver Broncos 70-20 by 50 point difference. And the New York Giants played a very bad Monday Night Football. They were humiliated by the Seattle Seahawks, and they are playing a very good game. So I think that the Miami Dolphins are a better team. They have tremendous offense and very good defense, but a tremendous offense. And I think that the Miami Dolphins will have an easy game. I think that this game will be like the two weeks ago game against the Denver Broncos, and I think that the Miami Dolphins will win this game by 20 or more point difference. Really, yes. And the games that will start in the second shift in the 4:05 p.m. time and 4:25 p.m. Eastern time. The first one will be where the Arizona Cardinals will receive the Cincinnati Bengals. Both teams lost the last week. Both teams have the same record, 1 win and 3 losses. But in this moment, the Cardinals are playing better than the Bengals. I think that this will be a very close game. I'm going to put favorite here the Cardinals, because they are playing better than the Bengals. His record doesn't make sense, because they are playing a very good football. The problem is they have faced a very contending team like the San Francisco 49ers. So I think this game will be close, where I think that the Cardinals will win this game by 3 or 7 point difference, and will win the second game of the season. Another game, Los Angeles Rams will receive the Philadelphia Eagles. Los Angeles Rams won in overtime the last week against the Indianapolis Colts, where they wasted 23 points, 23 points difference, leading difference. But they could win the game in the overtime, and the Philadelphia Eagles again also won in overtime. They have a difficult game, but in the end, they knew how to win that game, and they are winless. This will be an interesting game, because the Rams offense is playing a very good game, and the Eagles offense are playing a tremendous game. I think this will be a game with a lot of points, but in this moment, the Eagles are one of the top 10 teams in this moment, in the best top 10 teams in this moment. In my opinion, the top 10 teams are the 49ers, the Buffalo Bills, and the Philadelphia Eagles. And I think that the Philadelphia Eagles will win this game by 14 or more point difference, and will stay undefeated. And another game, this will be two of the worst teams in the league. The Denver Broncos will receive the New York Jets. The Denver Broncos last weekend won his first game of the season, where they defeated by 3 points in the last play of the game. No, they defeated by 3 points the Chicago Bears, the worst team in the league. And the New York Jets played his best game of the season the last week, but they lost against against the Kansas City Chiefs. This will be a close game, but I think in this moment the Jets defense is better than the Broncos offense, and if Zach Wilson plays like the game against Kansas City, like the last Sunday night football, I think that the Jets will win this game. I think that the Jets will win this game by 3 or 7 point difference, and will get the second win of the season. In another game, the Minnesota Vikings will receive the Kansas City Chiefs. Remember that the Vikings won its first game of the year the last week, and the Kansas City Chiefs have a very difficult game, a very ugly game, but they knew they found out how to win that game. They have a record 3-1. They are not playing a very good football, but they know how to win games. So I think that the Kansas City Chiefs will have an easy game, and the Kansas City Chiefs will win this game by 14 or more point difference. And in the Sunday night football, the best game of the week, the San Francisco 49ers will receive the Dallas Cowboys. Remember that the 49ers are undefeated and the Cowboys have a record at 3-1. This will be a tremendous game, but here, in my opinion, the 49ers are the favorite team in this moment to win the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl. They have a very top 5 team. And the Cowboys have a very good team, especially the defense, but I don't trust in his quarterback, Dan Prescott. And the 49ers will play in his home, so I think the 49ers will win this game by 10 or more point difference. And in the Monday Night Football, the Las Vegas Raiders will receive the Green Bay Packers. and both teams have no. The Raiders lost the last game against the Los Chargers, but they play a very great second half, and the Packers happened the same. The both teams in the last game, both teams lost the last week. Both teams played a very bad second half, first half, but they play a very great half in the last game. But I think here I'm going to put favorite the Raiders because they will play in home. And how the Packers aren't playing a very great football, I think that the Raiders will win this game by 3 or 7 point difference. So here were my prediction about the games that will be playing the week 5 on the 2023 NFL season. See you next video. Gibran.